Alright guys, so today I'm going to teach you about some percents. So I want to go over the word percent. What does it mean? So we'll break it down by root words. So per equals part and cent equals 100, right? So percent actually means part of 100. This is pretty important information for you. So I suggest you pause the video whenever you want to take some notes, okay? So again, today we are working on percents and their relationship with fractions. So we're going to go to this next slide here. So a percent is a number that can be written as a fraction with a denominator of 100. For example, 5% written 5% is equivalent to 5 out of 100 because remember, percent is part of 100. Or you could say 5 out of every 100. Okay, so let's look at these examples down here and see how we can write them as percents. So what I would first do is write them as a fraction. So I'm going to count. So I know this is 10, 20. Here, let's use a pen to help us with this. So I know this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then 84. So this is 84 out of 100, right? Because this is a hundreds grid. So I'm going to write 84 out of 100. And then if anything's over 100, I can easily write it as a percent by just taking the numerator, writing 84. So the numerator is 84 and putting a percent sign next to it. So our percent here for the first model is 84%, right? For this next one, let's go ahead and count it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to count it this way though, because it's a tens grid, a hundreds grid. I know this is also 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So I know that this is 47 out of 100. So actually, I'm going to type it to make it a little bit neater, okay, guys? So 47 over 100. So that's my fraction part. So if I want to write that as a percent, I take the numerator, and then I add the percent sign because I know that it's over 100, right? And then let's do the last one together. So the last one's a little bit more confusing. You got to count, right? So I know this is 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I may have made a mistake, so you guys can check me. 38 over 100. So again, let's think about what the percent is going to be. Since it's out of 100, we know what the percent is, right? Well, part of 100 is this. It is the numerator, which is 38%. So I know it might be difficult to draw all these grids out. I don't recommend that you do that, but I hope you write some examples like, 47 over 100 equals 47%, so that you know that if you see a fraction like this, right, that you can easily turn it into a percent by taking the numerator and adding this percent symbol next to it. Or if you have any fraction, you can find that common denominator of 100. So for example, if I have this fraction, 5 over 10, you know what, actually I'm going to write this because it's going to be easier. So I'm going to draw a squiggly. So for example, if you have a fraction that is 5 over 10, right, you can easily turn this into a percent by trying to get it to the denominator of 100. And we know how to do this, right, because we use the giant 1 method. We multiply it by another number to make it equivalent. So I know 10 times 10 is 100, so I need to multiply this numerator by 10 as well to keep it equivalent using the giant 1. Remember, you always have to write the numerator and denominator when you're finding a common, or when you're finding equivalent fractions. So this would be 50 over 100. So 5 over 10 is 50 over 100, which equals 50%. So that's another way to find percent. If you don't have these images and you only have a fraction, you just turn the denominator into 100 and you can find the percent that way.